Most people think they'll know when a parrot loves them. They imagine a clear moment. The bird says, "I love you," in perfect English. It cuddles. It steps up politely. It behaves like a feathery golden retriever. But what if the real signs of affection are happening long before that, and you're missing them? What if your parrot has already told you, "I love you," in a language you don't understand? And what if one of the most intelligent birds on Earth, the African grey, expresses love in ways so subtle, so biologically wired, that many owners accidentally reject it? Today, we're decoding how parrots bond, how they say, "I love you," and why African greys do this more than almost any other species. Along the way, we'll uncover surprising science, common owner mistakes, and the hidden emotional complexity that makes these birds far more than talking pets. Because here's the truth: if you misunderstand how a parrot loves, you can unintentionally break the bond. And once that trust is broken, it's not easy to repair. To understand how parrots express affection, we have to go back to where this behavior began, long before cages, living rooms, and YouTube videos. In the wild, parrots are not solitary creatures. They are intensely social, flock-based animals. An African grey in Central or West Africa does not live alone on a perch. It wakes at sunrise surrounded by dozens, sometimes hundreds, of other greys. It flies miles with its flock. It forages together. It roosts in noisy groups. And within that flock, it forms one deeply bonded partnership. Parrots are, in many species, socially monogamous. That means they choose a mate and build a relationship that can last for years or for life. Everything about their brain is built for relationship. Scientists have studied African greys extensively, especially after the groundbreaking work of Dr. Irene Pepperberg and her famous grey Alex. Alex didn't just mimic words, he demonstrated conceptual understanding of color, number, and even zero-like quantity recognition. He asked for things, he expressed preferences, he showed frustration. But here's what often gets overlooked. African greys aren't just intelligent in problem solving, they are socially intelligent. Their brains are wired to interpret attention, tone, eye contact, and subtle emotional cues. In the wild, missing those signals could mean social rejection or losing a mate. So when an African grey comes into your home in America, whether in a city apartment or a suburban house, it doesn't stop being a flock animal. It simply transfers its flock identity to you, and that's where the confusion begins. Most American pet owners expect affection to look like mammal affection. A dog wags its tail. A cat purrs. Physical touch equals bonding. But parrots evolved differently. Their bonding language is rooted in flock survival and pair bond rituals. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood signals: eye pinning. If you've ever looked closely at an African grey's eyes, you may have noticed the pupils rapidly expanding and contracting. This is called eye pinning. Many new owners interpret it as aggression. Sometimes it can signal overstimulation, but in bonding contexts, it's something else. In the wild, eye pinning is often associated with heightened emotional arousal, excitement, curiosity, engagements. When your grey locks eyes with you and pins, especially while vocalizing softly or leaning toward you, that's not random. It's focused attention. It's emotional activation. It's the avian equivalent of "you matter right now." But here's where cause and effect comes in. If an owner misreads eye pinning as a threat and pulls away repeatedly, the bird learns that intense attention pushes you away. Over time, that grey may suppress expressive behavior or redirect it into frustration. Now let's talk about something that surprises and sometimes disgusts new owners: regurgitation. Yes, when a parrot bobs its head and brings up partially digested food, offering it to you, that is not bad manners. It is not sickness. It is one of the strongest pair bond behaviors in the parrot world. In the wild, bonded mates feed each other. It reinforces trust. It maintains connection during nesting. It's intimate. So when your African grey tries to feed you, it's not random. It's saying, biologically, you are my chosen partner. And here's the hidden psychological twist. Many owners react with alarm. They recoil. They scold. They push the bird away. From the bird's perspective, that can feel like rejection of a deeply vulnerable offering. This is where many bonds quietly fracture. Preening is another signal that's easy to miss. In the wild, parrots preen each other in areas they cannot reach themselves, especially around the head and neck. This is called allopreening. It's not grooming for cleanliness alone. It's relationship maintenance. When your grey gently nibbles your hair, your eyelashes, your beard, if it's soft and rhythmic, that may be preening behavior. It's meticulous, it's focused, it's intimate. But if you swat the bird away because it feels odd, again, you may be rejecting a bonding ritual thousands of years old. Now consider mimicry. Everyone knows African greys are champion talkers. But speech is not just entertainment. In the wild, vocal matching strengthens flock identity. Research shows parrots use specific contact calls unique to individuals. When bonded pairs communicate, they often develop matched or synchronized vocal patterns. So when your grey starts copying your laugh, your cough, your favorite phrase, not randomly but consistently, that may be more than imitation. It may be vocal bonding. Some greys even create unique versions of phrases just for one person in the household. That's not coincidence. That's selective social mapping. And this brings us to a major misunderstanding in modern American parrot ownership. Many people buy African greys because of intelligence. They see viral videos. They want a talking bird. They expect performance. But intelligence without emotional understanding creates tension. African greys can live 40 to 60 years in captivity. Some live longer. That's longer than many marriages, longer than many mortgages. They require mental stimulation, social interaction, environmental enrichment, and predictable routines. Without it, their intelligence turns inward. That's when you see feather plucking, screaming, biting, and here's the cause and effect chain most owners never hear. A baby grey bonds intensely to one person. That person returns to work full-time. The bird loses daily interaction. The bird increases contact calls. The owner responds inconsistently. The bird escalates. The owner becomes frustrated. The bond weakens. The bird becomes labeled aggressive. But aggression in parrots is often a symptom of broken communication, not a personality flaw. There's another hidden layer here: hormones. Around sexual maturity, often between 3 and 7 years old for African greys, bonding behaviors intensify. Regurgitation increases. Territoriality appears. Preference for one person strengthens. If an owner doesn't understand this developmental stage, they may unknowingly reinforce mate bond behaviors, encouraging the bird to see them as a partner rather than a flock member. That can lead to jealousy, lunging at other family members, and household stress. So what's the solution? Not rejection, redirection. Encourage broad socialization early. Reward independent play. Avoid reinforcing hormonal behaviors like excessive petting on the back or under the wings, which mimic mating contact. Remember, head scratches are fine. Full body stroking often isn't. African greys also possess something many owners underestimate: emotional memory. Studies in avian cognition suggest parrots remember social interactions over long periods. They form lasting impressions. Positive reinforcement builds trust that can last years. Negative interactions can linger too. That's why consistency matters. In America today, parrot rescues are full of intelligent birds who were once adored babies. Life changed, owners moved, children grew up, noise complaints happened, veterinary costs rose. Unlike a dog, you can't simply leave a parrot alone all day and expect stable behavior. They are cognitively closer to primates in some respects than to typical cage pets. And here's the delayed answer to the question we opened with: how do parrots say, "I love you"? They say it with eye pinning during focused attention. They say it by regurgitating food in vulnerable trust. They say it by preening your hair with careful precision. They say it by mimicking your voice and inventing shared sounds. They say it by choosing to step toward you instead of away. They say it by seeking proximity, but they don't say it in human timing. They say it in parrot timing, and that requires patience. Modern American lifestyles often move fast. We value independence. We multitask. We're distracted. Parrots are not. When your gray calls from another room, it may not be noise. It may be a contact call, checking that its flock member is safe. In the wild, silence can mean danger. Respond consistently, and the bird learns security. Ignore unpredictably, and anxiety grows. So if you're considering owning an African gray, or already share your home with one, here are 3 essential takeaways. First, learn their language before expecting them to learn yours. Study eye pinning, posture, feather position, vocal tone. Understand that regurgitation and preening are bonding signals, not annoyances. Second, design your life around long-term commitment. 40+ years is not hypothetical. Consider work schedules, future moves, family changes. A parrot is not a phase. It's a lifetime partnership. Third, prioritize mental enrichment as much as affection. Rotate toys. Offer foraging challenges. Teach new cues using positive reinforcement. An engaged brain prevents many behavioral breakdowns. If you do these things, you won't just own a talking bird. You'll build a cross-species relationship rooted in mutual understanding. African greys, especially, are masters of subtlety. They watch, they calculate, they feel deeply. They may never say "I love you" in perfect English, but when they pin their eyes softly as you enter the room, when they lean in for a gentle preen, when they echo your voice back to you in a quiet, shared rhythm. That is love, not the loud, cinematic kind, the ancient, flock-bonded, choose-you-everyday kind. And if you learn to see it, you'll realize something extraordinary. Your parrot has been saying it all along. If you found this eye-opening, take a closer look at your bird today. Watch carefully. Listen differently. You might just notice a message you've been missing.